Okay, today in this video we are going to see examples of physical change and chemical change and deciding which one is which one is the difference, okay? Physical changes, for instance, can be reversed by physical means. So changing the temperature, like warming it, cooling it, filtering like big chunks out, you could put them back in, or drying it, okay? Changes in size, shape, if you just mix it, something, as long as you still have the properties. If you dissolve, like dissolving sugar in water, you still have the properties of the sugar. It's still sweet, even though it's in the water, okay? Versus chemical changes are when it transforms something to a totally new substance, where it's not reversible. You can't get it back, okay? Bubbling, a temperature change that creates an overall change in the substance, creates a new substance. And then color change, and this one is not like just food coloring. Food coloring would actually be a physical change because you still have the property of whatever your substance you just put the color in, okay? So this one is like in baking, for instance, like your cookie turns brown when you know it's done. It's a chemical change because it's changed from dough into an actual cookie that you're making, okay? So like this one, okay? Here is the chemical change where we are turning this paper into something totally different, okay? The paper is undergoing a color change, but it's not just because we used marker or food coloring, okay? It's actually charring, okay? It's turning into something totally different, okay? When we're burning, it's turning into the ashes, not the paper anymore. We can't undo it. It is not reversible, okay? Or if it's not a chemical change, we could have it be a physical change where I am just tearing the paper. I'm making it a different size and a different shape. Still has the properties of paper. Even though it looks different, it still is paper. Okay? So in this video, you are going to have to decide if they are going to be chemical changes or physical changes. Okay, and then afterwards, after you decide, then I will tell you whether you are right or not, okay? Good luck and enjoy the videos. Okay, here's an onion. What kind of a change is this when I'm peeling the onion? Okay, peeling the outer layer off. Is it a physical change or is it a chemical change? When I peeled the onion, it was just a physical change. We are just changing the look of it. It is still an onion. Okay, what kind of a change is this? When I'm cutting the onion into smaller pieces. Does the onion change or does it stay the same? Is it still an onion after I'm cutting it, or does it change it into something else? When I chop the onion, it is also a physical change. You are just taking the onion and cutting it into smaller pieces. You are not changing the actual onion into anything different. What type of a change is this? This is the raw hamburger before I cook it. Okay, here's the hamburger after being cooked. So did it go through a chemical change? Or did it go through a physical change? Did it stay the same, or did it turn into something new? The cooking of hamburger is a chemical change because it changes into something new. From raw hamburger into cooked burger that you would eat. You can't undo it, and it stays that way. Okay, here is some cheese. Okay. What kind of a change is this? When it goes from a solid chunk of cheese to shredded cheese. Did it change substances, or did it just change the shape, or did it change into something new? Is it physical or chemical? The shredding of cheese is a physical change because you still have cheese in the end. It doesn't make anything new. It is still cheese, just in a different shape. What kind of change is this? With my bread dough, here's how it starts. Okay, we have to think, is it changing into a new substance or is it just staying the same? Here's the bread after letting it rise for a bit. Look what happened to it. Okay, it rose up, but did it change something? Did it change into something new? Is it a physical change or is it a chemical change at this point? The bread rising is a physical change because we are just changing the size of it. It is still raw bread dough. Cooking the bread means it's a chemical change because it changes from raw bread dough into a cooked bread loaf. It changes the color and it can't go back. Here we have the wet clothes that have come out of the washer and I am going to dry them. What kind of a change is that? The dried clothes in the dryer are just a physical change. We are just changing the water from a liquid to a gas and the clothes get dry. They're not changing into something else at all. Okay, what is this when I am washing the dish? It starts out dirty and voila! There. Is that a physical or a chemical change? The washed dish is just a physical change. It's still the same dish, it's just clean. Okay, this is something that is happening outside right now. In the fall, our leaves that used to be green like this are now changing to browns and yellows and reds. Okay, and a mixture. What kind of a change is that? Okay, the leaves changing is going to be a chemical change because, first of all, they're changing color. It's not just adding food coloring or marker to it. It's a color that's happening because the tree is like sucking the chlorophyll back. So from the leaf, it's sucking it back into the tree. So then these colors are the colors that are left behind without the green chlorophyll in each leaf anymore. Okay, so that's a chemical change and we can't reverse it. The next time the leaves are green is because they are growing new leaves. Okay, what kind of a change is this going to be? Okay, this is a mixture of egg, milk, flour, salt. Okay, this is what it's starting like. Will it be a chemical or a physical change? Stay tuned. Okay, here's the mixture when it's all done baking of the mixture of egg, milk, flour, and salt makes a popover. What kind of change is this? This is a chemical change because it changes into something new besides the batter. It changes into a cooked bread dough piece. Cooked bread popover in the end.